And this gives me the possibility to change language, because we will do the third session in English. And it's a big honor and a pleasure that we can present together with our partners from B3i, from Inveos, DXC and MSG, DLT solution, which covers both treaty and accounting. And we can also show you what this means in your current infrastructure landscape. We agreed that we will do the presentation really on systems, no slideware, but I need one animated slide to give you an idea about what we are talking. So first, it is a B3i with Ritablock embedded, and I will explain a bit later what embedded means. So we will have a network, a distributed ledger technology network, consisting of one cedent, a broker, and 3 reinsurer. Due to the fact that they are on the DLT network, they are all connected with each other. And you know, B3i and also Ritablock, we are on the network of R3 Corda, which is probably the most successful DLT network in the financial services. So the colleagues from B3i with the app B3i with the current status will show you that they in the process at the end will sign a contract or contracts, because they are prepared for 2 XL layers consisting the 3 reinsurers I showed here and the 1 broker. And by signing this contract, this will automatically in this new technology generate the premium. 2 things, one, the due premium for the first half year, and the second for the second half year, which is not yet due. And it will also generate the brokerage attached to this premium. And in the same time, these bookings will be distributed or stored on the ledger databases of the network of all the nodes of the participants. When this was shown to the industry, when the design was done, the feedback was fantastic. This is really great, but in today's time, we need to have this in our main reinsurance system. We need that to be able to transfer to the financial system. So what do we do? And now the embedded comes into place, Ritablock, because Ritablock embedded with the B3i app helps now to seamless transport this data from the network ledger to the current systems, may it be ProRis, may it be SICS, may it be FSRI. We have even some more which attached to Ritablock. And if somebody has no real application but uses Excel files, or he wants to have distributed that somewhere else, we can even out of Ritablock generate CSV files which can be ported to any in-house application, to any Excel file, whatever. So, but let me finish now. I give over to Antonio, head of product at B3i, and he will show you what will happen in B3i.
Thank you, Jean-Pierre. It's really an honor for me to kick off this demo today. And really, thanks everyone for having joined. I think we are quite a relevant number of people today. So, as you said, we will show how, this dream came alive at the end. We are able to create a contract, which is a shared version of the truth between a cedent, and you are seeing in this scenario, I've logged into B3i as a cedent, with the support of a broker. This treaty has been placed with 3 reinsurers, and we managed to get the written lines from the multiple parties. So what I will be doing now is, imagine I'm the underwriter who has the decision power for the cedent. I will be legally binding this treaty on ledger. So I will be generating the contract as a signed contract on ledger. And this will automatically trigger the generation of the accounts, the generation of the technical accounting on the basis of the parameters of the contracts. And what are those parameters? You can see that, as I said, you have a simple implementation in this scenario, 2 layers. We have a number of reinstatements, which will be useful for the claims. There is a relationship with the underlying portfolios. We have qualified what are, high level the coverages of this treaty. And then we have the premiums parameter. Very high level, those minimal parameters which are compliant with the Rushlikon e-placing messages. And from here, we know that this treaty is going to generate 2 installments with a specific premium. So through the process of committing this treaty on ledger, we will be delegating to the ledger the distribution of the accounting, and this is going to happen seamlessly. So now, as a cedent, I will be binding this treaty. And with this, we will be generating the accounting. Just give me a moment. I will be generating the accounting. This one. Once. There you go. So now the contracts have been bound. If I move into the other screen, you can see that the DLT network is synchronizing, the contracts with the multiple reinsurers. Each one has received his own share. So every reinsurer is now updated. If we move back to the technical accounting part, I will be able to see all the accounts that have been generated and all the files that all the accounts that have been just generated today. In this scenario, we can see that we have all the accounts that have just generated today on the 1st of June. We have the entire list of accounting items. It's quite a relevant number of accounting items, of course, because we have multiple layers, 2 layers, 2 installments per layers, 3 reinsurers. So we have multiple accounts. And what we expect, of course, is that the reinsurers will be automatically processing this information. So Stephan, over to you to show how it works for ProRis.
Okay, thank you, Antonio. Hello, I'm Stephan May from Inveos, and now I will show you how it looks like if the ProRis user imports these generated B3i accounts. So the user receive a notification on the top of ProRis to see that there are new accounts possible to import. I will do it. So now I've imported 4 accounts. 2 accounts are bookings for the cedent and 2 accounts are bookings for the broker. I will open one of these to show you how to process this one. On this tab, you see the imported original data I received from the B3i account with a premium 2 million and 4 million for the 1st of March. And in the next step in ProRis, you will transfer the data to the ProRis internal booking accounts. I will do it. One moment. I transfer the data to the ProRis account. So I'm able to show you on the monitoring tab the premium, and this one you will aggregate 6 million for these 2 booking accounts. And then at least I can send back my state that I accept these data to the B3i. That's the same for the broker. In the broker part, I will also show you. In this one, I will transfer it again. And in this part, you will see that I have received the brokerage. One moment. I have to transfer it. And in this part, I received a brokerage for 600,000 for this example. And that's the only thing the user have to do in ProRis to import the B3i accounts already sent it. Yeah, that's the part to show you in ProRis. And now I will give over to Bjornar, and he will show you how it looks like in SICS.
Thank you for that. In SICS, we support the Ritablock initiative, and for the integration with Ritablock, we felt it was logical to use the Accord message standards. So here we are in SICS, and the accounts that were passed from B3i Ritablock are available, as we can see now, in the SICS e-messaging module. This screen shows the archive with the incoming messages shown on top. SICS allows you to configure the system to automatically process messages that are received. In this case, we have decided to make it a manual intervention to actually choose to process the messages. And we can do this very quickly by selecting the messages and process them. So now behind the scenes, the messages have been processed and booked as accounts in the SICS accounting module. We can open one message and see how it was received as a Accord formatted XML message. We can look at the data in a rendered view, which is based on a style sheet that the reinsurer can define themselves. We can also just take a quick look into some of the capabilities of SICS messaging. Here we have a long range of validation rules and referencing rules that can be configured to tell the system what to do in case there are issues with the message, whether issues should be solved automatically or whether manual intervention is necessary for fixing the problem. And finally, from this e-messaging module view, we can easily swap to the actual accounting module of SICS. And here we can see that the account has been booked in the accounting system as a technical worksheet. And of course, from here, it's also possible to navigate further on, for example, to look at the actual contract in SICS. And now we are well beyond the purpose of this demo, so I will stop it there and hand it over to MSG.
Okay, thank you, Bjornar. So, hello everybody, my name is Robert. I will show you how this is working on the MSG side. We will start from this screen. This is called Post-Processing Office. And by pushing this button, Import Activity from Rita blockchain, we will look at the blockchain, Rita, and we will import all the activities sent to us. As we can see, we imported successfully 4 activities and created for each of it an unverified activity. This means that we have the basic information. We still have to do some business checks, some mappings, and so on. This is what I will show you in the next step. For the demo, we will choose one. So we will have 2 premiums and 2 brokers. We can choose either one of it, open it, and up here we have the button verify. When we push this button verify, in the background, we will do the mapping from internal format to external formatting. We will execute the business checks. And if everything was executed successfully, we will transfer the account all the way to FSRI and FSCD. This whole process that I did, clicked on the first tab and pressed here the verification, can be executed in a fully automated way as well. We just chose to do this way for the demo purpose. So now the finalization was executed successfully. We'll go into the FSRI activity search page, and we see that for today's filter, we don't have anything yet. But when we search for it, we should receive one. Okay, so we see that we have it here. We can open it to check for further information. Okay, so as we can see, we have here entry codes, we have here the amounts, we have here the period, and all the information that was sent to us. So in a nutshell, this would be all from the Rita blockchain all the way to FSRI. And this process can be executed, as I said, in an automatic way as well, without any user interaction needed, so you don't even need to press the button. So this would be all from our side. Thank you for the attention, and I will hand over to Thomas.
Yes, thank you, Robert. And hello to everybody. Let me share my screen. Yeah, with that last step here to the FSRI, we are almost done with our demo for today. One more thing I would like to mention here is that we can also export files in data into files, because in some companies you may already have some interface where you can import technical accounts from files into your system. And for that, we can also generate these kind of files automatically in Rita. This could be CSV files or Excel files. We could set up a custom structure for that. We can also maintain mappings if that's required. And yeah, the result of file export is just a list of files. This may, for instance, look like this. Yeah, we just have some files, and if I update the list, then I should see a few more files generated this morning. And the content is, as you would expect, just a simple structure of a technical account in a text file. And with that, I hand over back to Jean-Pierre.
Thank you very much, Thomas. So it was even in the preparation. Frau Lantenhammer, would you please switch off your camera? So I was very impressed when we did the preparation work, which actually did not took a long time, because B3i Re is available. All the other solutions are available. The contact to Ritablock is ready to be used, as you have seen, and I was quite, and I'm also today impressed how we can present you in 20 minutes a new solution, distributed ledger technology, how it looks like, how it works, and the seamless transport thanks to Ritablock into the current reinsurance administration systems at different companies, at different reinsurers. And we have only showed you 3 of the companies attached to Ritablock, in addition to ProRis, SICS, and FSRI. We have also RISE from Entity Data attached to Ritablock, and we have soon Prima Excel from Prima Soft in France attached to Ritablock. So you can say in continental Europe, the majority of the reinsurance systems are already attached to Ritablock. So are there any questions at that point in time to either B3i, Ritablock, or one of the presenters? I cannot see that. Of course, everybody is happy to get questions from you later on. I have one question, of course, which I would ask myself if I would be you. So the question would be, we have seen now that you transfer accounting data. What is with the treaty data? Do I have to retake them manually? No, we are currently in the design phase. We are talking, and if I say we, it's Ritablock. We are talking with B3i to find a way that we can not only transport the accounting data into the different systems we have shown you, but also the treaty conditions generated out of the B3i Re app. So, and we have been with that able to show you now the 4th possibility to deploy Ritablock. The first possibility is the main possibility, that Ritablock is the safe and secure way to transport data from the sender, cedent, to the receiver, broker, reinsurer. The second one, which is already in place at one of our customers, is that you use Ritablock as your central mapping tool for all incoming and outgoing data from various systems, that you have the mapping in one place. That's Ritablock. The third potential is that you use Ritablock to fetch data from the portals available, like EBIX, like web connectivity. There are already standard interfaces to this portal, which can be distributed to other Ritablock customers. And now you have seen the fourth possibilities, that Ritablock is really the bridge between new technology and your current landscape. And I'm convinced that Ritablock also in future will play a very important role to connect all the different worlds seamless together. Thank you. All from B3i, from Inveos, from DXC, from MSG for your support today. Much appreciated.